Hi. Welcome to the History House. I'm Amr Saeed and you are watching the History of November 5th on your favorite The History House YouTube channel. Please watch the video till the end so that you will know about the births and deaths on this day. Do not forget to subscribe the channel in order to get daily updates. November 5th is the 309th day of the year, 310th in leap years in the Gregorian calendar. 56 days remain until the end of the year. 1138 Lai An Tong is enthroned as Emperor of Vietnam at the age of 2, beginning a 37-year reign. 1499 Publication of the Catholicon, written in 1464 by Jehan Lagardère in Tréguier. This is the first Breton dictionary as well as the first French dictionary. 1556 Second Battle of Panipat, fought between the forces of Hem Chandra Vikramaditya, the Hindu king at Delhi, and forces of Muslim Emperor Akbar. 1605 Gunpowder Plot, Guy Fawkes is arrested. 1688 William III of England lands with a Dutch fleet at Brixham. 1757 Seven Years' War, Frederick the Great defeats the Allied armies of France and the Holy Roman Empire at the Battle of Rossbach. 1768 Treaty of Fort Stanwix, the purpose of which is to adjust the boundary line between Indian lands and white settlements set forth in the Royal Proclamation of 1763 in the 13 colonies. 1780 French-American forces under Colonel LaBalme are defeated by Miami Chief Little Turtle. 1811 Salvadoran priest José Matías Delgado rings the bells of La Merced Church in San Salvador, calling for insurrection and launching the 1811 independence movement. 1828 Greek War of Independence, the French Morea expedition to recapture Morea, now the Peloponnese, ends when the last Ottoman forces depart the peninsula. 1831 Nat Turner, American slave leader, is tried, convicted, and sentenced to death in Virginia. 1862 American Civil War, Abraham Lincoln removes George B. McClellan as commander of the Army of the Potomac. 1862 American Indian Wars, in Minnesota, 303 Dakota warriors are found guilty of rape and murder of whites and are sentenced to hang. 38 are ultimately executed and the others reprieved. 1872 Women's suffrage in the United States. In defiance of the law, suffragist Susan B. Anthony votes for the first time, and is later fined $100. 1895 George B. Selden is granted the first U.S. patent for an automobile. 1898 Negrese nationalists revolt against Spanish rule and establish the short-lived Republic of Negroes. 1911 After declaring war on the Ottoman Empire on September 29, 1911, Italy annexes Tripoli and Cyrenaica. 1912 Woodrow Wilson is elected the 28th President of the United States, defeating incumbent William Howard Taft. 1913 King Otto of Bavaria is deposed by his cousin, Prince Regent Ludwig, who assumes the title Ludwig III. 1914 World War I, France and the British Empire declare war on the Ottoman Empire. 1916 The Kingdom of Poland is proclaimed by the Act of 5 November of the Emperors of Germany and Austria-Hungary. 1916 The Everett Massacre takes place in Everett, Washington as political differences lead to a shootout between the industrial workers of the World Organizers and local police. 1917 Lenin calls for the October Revolution. 1917 Tikhon is elected the Patriarch of Moscow and of the Russian Orthodox Church. 1925 Secret Agent Sidney Riley, the first super spy of the 20th century, is executed by the OGPU, the secret police of the Soviet Union. 1940 World War II, the British armed merchant cruiser, HMS Jarvis Bay, is sunk by the German pocket battleship Admiral Scheer. 1940 Franklin D. Roosevelt is the first and only President of the United States to be elected to a third term. 1943 World War II, bombing of the Vatican. 1950 Korean War, British and Australian forces from the 27th British Commonwealth Brigade successfully halted the advancing Chinese 117th Division during the Battle of Pakchon. 1955 After being destroyed in World War II, the rebuilt Vienna State Opera reopens with a performance of Beethoven's Fidelio. 1956 Suez Crisis, British and French paratroopers land in Egypt after a week-long bombing campaign. 1968 Richard Nixon is elected as 37th President of the United States. 1970 The Military Assistance Command, Vietnam reports the lowest weekly American soldier death toll in 5 years, 24. 1983 Byford Dolphin diving bell accident kills 5 and leaves 1 severely injured. 1986 USS Rents, USS Reeves and USS Oldendorf visit Qingdao, China, the first U.S. naval visit to China since 1949. 1990 Rabbi Meir Kahane, founder of the far-right Kach movement, is shot dead after a speech at a New York City hotel. 1995 André Dallaire attempts to assassinate Prime Minister Jean Chrétien of Canada. He is thwarted when the Prime Minister's wife locks the door. 1996 Pakistani President Farooq Leghari dismisses the government of Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto and dissolves the National Assembly of Pakistan. 1996 Bill Clinton is re-elected President of the United States. 2006 Saddam Hussein, former President of Iraq, and his co-defendants Barzan Ibrahim al-Takriti and Awad Hamid al-Bandar, are sentenced to death in the al-Dujal trial for their roles in the 1982 massacre of 148 Shia Muslims. 2007 China's first lunar satellite, Chang'e-1, goes into orbit around the Moon. 2007 Android mobile operating system is unveiled by Google. 2009 U.S. Army Major Nadal Malik Hassan murders 13 and wounds 32 at Fort Hood, Texas in the deadliest mass shooting at a U.S. military installation. 2013 India launches the Mars Orbiter mission, its first interplanetary probe. 2015 An iron ore tailings dam bursts in the Brazilian state of Minas Gerais, flooding a valley, causing mudslides in the nearby village of Bento Rodrigues and causing at least 17 deaths and 2 missing. 2015 Rona Ambrose takes over after Stephen Harper as the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. 2017 Devon Patrick Kelly kills 26 and injures 20 in a church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Births on this day, the 30th of October. 1960 Tilda Swinton English actress. 1959 Bryan Adams Canadian singer-songwriter, guitarist, producer, actor. 1948 Bob Barr American politician. 1941 Art Garfunkel American singer-songwriter, guitarist, actor. 1931 Ike Turner American singer-songwriter, guitarist, producer. Deaths on this day, the 30th of October. 2010 Antonio Cardenas Gillen Mexican drug lord, co-leader. 1982 E. H. Carr English historian, theorist. 1979 Al Capp American cartoonist. 1879 James Clerk Maxwell Scottish physicist. Thanks a lot for watching the History House YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for latest stories on daily basis.